Okay, everybody, I have a slight confession to make. I was not super confident going into Monday's match. You might have had some of the same feelings that I did. After the League Cup win and after beating Brentford at midweek, could Newcastle really bring the same intensity against Leicester? After that first minute, I thought maybe we're in for a long night. And then the second minute happened, and then I thought, yes, I think they can bring this intensity. That 3-0 victory wasn't just about the scoreline, it told a story of focus, professionalism, and top notch game management. And now that the dust is settled, I've got my 3 takeaways from this match that really highlight how they banished those pre-match worries and delivered such a convincing performance. It's the Newcastle United Digest. Let's go, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome out to the Newcastle United Digest, the channel delivering you tune content in bite-sized chunks. My name is Adam Snyder, and this episode will be all about the 3-0 win against Leicester on Monday. Monday's match away to Leicester was a match that reduced a lot of anxiety that I had with this team, and it built my confidence in this team's ability to finish the season strong and keep pressure on the teams ahead of them and within their reach. After Monday's game, Villa, Chelsea, and even Man City should be on blast about Newcastle's current form. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 things that I took away from this match, and I'll also give you my ratings by position. Let's get into it. And my first takeaway was, well, it's nice beating the easy teams. A weekend without Newcastle United football is torture for me. I'm sure it is the same way for you, and it's the same way for a lot of people in a lot of my group chats. And when you have other matches going on, that really ramps it up, especially when those other teams are doing well. And sometimes, like in the event of last weekend, all the teams in front of us did poorly. They dropped points. So this was a golden opportunity for us. So the worry settled in, and you asked yourself, are they going to follow suit or are they going to take advantage of this? For me, my group chats were split right down the middle. Some of those people were really confident, like, it's just Leicester. They're already as good as relegated. We got this. This is going to be an easy game. Other people remember the ghost of the previous owner's past, and they have really bad memories of dropping points to teams that we have no business dropping points against. And that happened earlier this season for us, too, when you think about dropping points to Wolves and dropping points to Brentford and dropping points to Fulham twice. And even that 0-0 draw against Everton earlier this season really looks bad. And some people have a really, really long memory, and they remember, giving Derby, who has the worst points total in Premier League history, 4 of their 11 points in 2008. And of course, those anxiety levels spiked immediately to taking a nosedive in the span of 3 minutes. Jamie Vardy's dangerous chance in the first minute of play did not do the worry warts any favors, and Jacob Murphy's second minute tap-in quickly dissipated a lot of worries anybody might have had. The worry stayed away as Newcastle dominated Leicester throughout the first half. It was nice to see a very lopsided scoreline going into the half. What was best is the team more or less coasted through the second half, saving energy for the tough matches that are coming up over the next week or so. And my second takeaway from this game is Harvey Barnes is a baller. There's been a lot of fanfare about Anthony Gordon over the season. He did well at the end of last year and was snubbed during the Euros and then came back with a vengeance this year. But since he got sent off and has been serving his suspension, we've rediscovered just how good Harvey Barnes is. He's done well as the super sub earlier on this season, scoring some amazing goals, including that Golazzo top bins shot against West Ham earlier this season. Down the stretch, Barnes hasn't had a lot of opportunities to impress. The past few weeks have shown us a more full picture of what he can do. His return to the starting 11 was a bit shaky when he teamed up with Tino Livramento at the London Stadium before the League Cup final, but the matches since then have shown that the rust is fully off. Barnes and Tino have linked up wonderfully on that left wing, creating opportunities for each other as if they've been playing together all season long. For me, Barnes' most impressive play of the match was when he started the rush for his own goal. He was playing deep in his own end, and he single-handedly started the rush by intercepting a pass and carrying it 50-plus yards diagonally across the center stripe. Isak made the crisscross run to the other side. Barnes finds him on the run. And does he stop there? Absolutely not. He continues his run as Isak has a shot blocked, and does well to stay onside when Joelinton fires a shot on goal. And then, of course, Barnes pounces quickly against his former team to bang home the rebound. This goal was just icing on the cake for the visiting Mags, but it showed Barnes' ability to not only contribute to a counterattack, but single-handedly start one when presented the opportunity. I hope these takeaways have been good for you, because they've been good for me. I've been really enjoying this. And before we head into that final takeaway, let us know you're enjoying the video as well. Hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and hit that bell to get notified whenever any new videos come out. And if you're really liking this video, share this with your friends. Share this in your group chats with other Newcastle fans. Let them know that there's another channel out there of Toon content that is a little bit different in terms of content and also a little bit shorter in length compared to the others. And if you're a new subscriber, let us know in the comments and we'll give you a shout out in the comments and in future videos as well. Now with that, let's get back to the final takeaway. And that last takeaway is the Nick Pope Appreciation. About 6 weeks ago, I was not part of this Nick Pope Appreciation Society. Far from it. In fact, whenever I saw Nick in the starting 11, I was a little worried because, well, I have a little bit of PTSD from some of the things he's done in the past. But the last few games have been great highlight reel material for the best that Nick Pope has to offer. We have seen an improvement in not only his sweeper keeper abilities, but more intelligent usage of those abilities. The decisions have been more calculated, less risky, and very effective to break up play and or get the rush quickly turned around the other way. We have also seen him take better control of the penalty area on crosses and corner kicks. This is something that was a little bit of a weakness for him, and it was also a little bit of a weakness for Dubravka as well. Personally, I believe goalkeepers have a tendency to punch the ball a little bit more than they should, but Pope has mastered the art of the punch, not only when to use it, but how to use it and where those punches should go. When he gets the fists on the ball, he's doing so with purpose to not only keep the initial cross or corner kick away from his opponent, but he's also doing it into space away from a lurking opponent on the back post or on top of the penalty area. Most of the time, his punches direct the ball down the end line where a defender can easily collect the ball or get set to defend without being rushed. Pope made a good heads-up save on Jamie Vardy in the first minute, and he did well throughout the game to keep his focus, and he made another decent save in the 31st minute. Those were the only saves that he had to make, but his focus in other situations was a massive help to secure the 3 points and the clean sheet. And now let's go into my ratings by position, and we're going to start with the guy we're just appreciating, Nick Pope. I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10 for this game. He didn't have a lot to do, but he stayed sharp. He did well to relieve pressure on corner kicks with timely punches away from pressure, and those were top-notch plays in very, very tense situations. And next up are the 4 lads in front of Nick Pope, the defenders. They're getting a 7.5 out of 10 for this game. And you're probably thinking, that's a little harsh, don't you think? And I'm going to say, no, it is not. Because when you're playing a team that hasn't scored a single goal in 8 home games, you can get away with a lot of stuff that you can't get away with against other teams. A lot of careless passes, sloppy clearances, not really paying attention to where you're clearing the ball to. All of these things, if you're doing them against a competent team, they're going to bury you. And since we're playing against a really, really poor Leicester side, we got away with it. If this was against a better team, there's no way we keep a clean sheet with those sloppy passes and those poor giveaways and those awful clearances. And those are the reasons why they're getting a 7. The midfield is going to get an 8 out of 10 for this game. The intensity and pressure were high in the first half, and they helped bring the pain to Leicester in the first half. But when Bruno and Joelinton were subbed off and you had Miley and Sean Longstaff come on, that intensity dropped a little bit. That's okay. Their goal was to keep the clean sheet, and they did that. And they also did well to create some decent chances. I mean, Lewis Miley was really aggressive in the offensive third. Sean Longstaff was good at mopping things up. So they're going to get an 8 out of 10 for this game. Next up are the forwards, and they're getting a 9 out of 10. They had 3 goals and created top-notch opportunities in the first half. And then you had solid opportunities when you had Wilson and Asula come on for Isak and Murphy, and they teamed up well with Barnes as well. So the only reason why this isn't a 10 out of 10 is, well, Isak didn't get a goal, and neither one of the subs got a goal. So for those reasons, they're getting a 9 out of 10. And set pieces, they're going to get a 7 out of 10. They had one decent look early in the second half, and, well, that was about it. There have been some chances conceded on the defensive side of the ball, with the most dangerous one being at the start of injury time. So if you're conceding some dangerous opportunities and you're not really creating a whole lot, you can't get much higher than a 7 out of 10 on this, while keeping the clean sheet, of course. For me, the subs from Eddie Howe are going to get a 9 out of 10. Not only were they good subs, but they were good timely subs, and everyone who came on performed very well. Miley was good with the ball going forward. Longstaff did well to slow down Leicester when he was called upon. Wilson and Osula did well to create some opportunities when they came on. Even though Kraft made a very brief cameo in this game, his first or second touch involved in this game was a really, really dangerous opportunity. And ultimately, they held up the objective of the second half, which was keep the clean sheet. Overall, this team performance is going to get an 8.4 out of 10 from me. Eddie Howe's Mags treated this game like a 90-minute flight. You keep up the intensity to begin the game and the takeoff, then ease off the throttle when things are in control. The 3 points in clean sheet increase the pressure on our European qualifying rivals, and it further cements relegation for Leicester, unfortunately. And that will do it for this episode of the Newcastle United Digest. If you are not a subscriber and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified whenever I release new videos. Coming up will be a video with my reaction after the Man United match, and hopefully we get to see more of the blunders that Onana did during the Europa League this week. So until next time, this is Adam Snyder saying, away the lads. Bye for now.